My name is Meron. I'm actually an agency owner here with Symmetry Financial Group. My background is in civil engineering and geophysics. But before that, I was actually born and raised in Ethiopia. I came here 13 or 14 years ago, went to school in Kansas, and moved to Houston. So currently, I actually live in Houston, Texas. So before Symmetry, I was a civil engineer and geophysicist, like I said. Worked on different projects, traveled to different places, but unfortunately I got laid off, and that was because I didn't want to travel anymore to different, states. And after that, I actually joined the AT&T business. I did door-to-door sales for 2 years to doing business to business. And I knew about the insurance industry, but I was one of those stubborn people that didn't believe that insurance could change your life, right? And Kip introduced me to it, who was my mentor. And after a year, hesitating, I ended up joining the Symmetry Financial Group. And I've been here for 4.5 years, and it's been a fun ride so far. One of the things that actually made me started here with Symmetry was the fact that with AT&T, I was working 60 to 70 hours, right? And even though I was working all those hours and I finally said, you know what, that's not the industry for me, and I ended up joining the insurance industry, there were doubts and moments where I just didn't have the belief. Like, I still was doubtful that this business could actually make your life change, right? And there were days that I have texted my mentor, might be because it was a no-show that I got, or it might be because I was dialing and people cursed me out, and I wanted to get to my comfort zone, which was engineering, and I wanted to go back. And the funny thing is, actually, I was getting offers while I was doing Symmetry for my first month from other, engineering companies saying, come join us. And it was one of those things where, which one do I choose? Do I go with what I know the best, or do I go with a company that I just joined in, which I'm not 100% certain about, right? And that was one of the things that I went for a trip, and it completely changed my perspective and my business. It was not about the money that you make, it was about the lifestyle and the freedom that you can create here. And once I understood that, it was a game changer for me. One of the biggest mindset shift that I had to learn in this business was stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a business owner, right? We all came in from different backgrounds, and that W-2, clock in and clock out, 8 to 9 or whatever, 8 to 5, that could be it. But when you're a business owner, it's not about the hours that you work, it's about how efficient can you get, and it's about how many things that you can actually accomplish within a day, right? And I thought I was coming into a business where I can clock in and clock out like the way I was used to, right? And now when I joined the business, the insurance business, I found out that you are your own boss. And one of the things that I lacked in my previous business, in my previous industry, was that discipline and that schedule. And guess where it started showing up? In the new industry that I just joined in also, right? So the mind shift set that that I had to do was learning how to be a true business owner, learning how to follow a schedule, and learning that to create a routine and to create that discipline in your life, so that you can actually get the results that you're looking for. Because my first 2 weeks when I came into the insurance industry, I did zero. No families helped, no policies written, anything like that. But it was because I thought I didn't have a boss, a micromanager. So I thought I was free, and I thought I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do, but that was not the case. So that was the biggest mind shift set that I had to do. And after that, my business completely changed. If someone saw my success right now, the biggest thing that they probably would miss out on was coming here at age 18 from Ethiopia by myself, nobody, no family here, and figuring it out. In a different country, it was one of those things where my parents were praying that I was not gonna lose my way coming into a whole different country than in the US, like the land of the opportunity, right? And there were lonely nights. There were times that I was crying by myself. There were times where I was doubting. I was like, shall I go back to, Ethiopia so that I can be closer to the people that I love? But I remember reading a book about it where if you want to grow, you got to leave the place that you know. And kind of gave me a comfort zone. So people that see me right now being a top producer or an agency owner doesn't know that part about my life, and they probably would miss out on that. But at the end of the day, doesn't matter where we all came from, right? Doesn't matter about the background. As long as we actually follow the things that we have here, whether it's the systems, the mentors, the things that we need, there wouldn't be a reason why we couldn't be successful in this industry. One thing that I know now that I wish I would have known is the power of a community, right? You're the people that are around you, they can either make you or break you. That power of influence makes a complete change, because the people that I used to hang out with, or the people that I knew before I joined this industry, were completely different than who I hang out with right now and who I associate myself with, right? If I have known that at that time, I would have dived in 100%, 10 toes down, and make sure that, I apply and learn from the people that are doing great and better than me. But it was that belief that I didn't have that insurance business could be the best, stubbornness, right? And I would have let that go. And actually, I had a conversation with Jimmy, and Jimmy said, I don't care where you're coming from. He said, leave your ego at the door. I don't care if you're a project manager. I don't care if you're a civil engineer. I don't care if you're a geophysicist. Because if you want to get the freedom and the lifestyle that you're looking for, you got to do the things that we did here. And that was the thing that actually changed my perspective of this business also. The mentors that we have here, right? One of them being Brian Delaney. I remember having that conversation with him. It was when I hit AO, agency ownership, and we had a little, event for us. And I shared with him something. I hit agency owner, now what? And something that he said to me was, now it's time to tell your story, right? It was one of those things that was like, okay. And I was like, how do I tell my story? Because he's good at it. Like, Brian is one of the best people that would capture you, and lead you to it. And he actually walked me through it. He's like, what are the pain points? What are the things that you need? What are the things that you have done? And just having that conversation, and just having that, knowing that somebody is by your corner. And then he gave me a challenge. He actually gave me and my mentor a challenge. He said, if you guys open an office in Houston, I'll be the first one to be there. But the only way that I will come is, he said, if you guys get at least 40 people inside that office. And I took it as a challenge. So I was like, challenge accepted, did the 40. And we actually got more than 40, 50. And he ended up flying out and came in. And knowing that, I knew that there was a person that was in our corner that was willing to sacrifice his personal time, his family time, and making sure that we get what we need and we actually get the results that people are looking for. And that's not something that you'll find somewhere else. And just grateful for him that he saw that potential in me, and then just decided to bet on me before I even bet on myself, and then actually be able to apply it. So thank you, Brian. So, a lot of the times you get to see us posting leaderboards, you get to see us, posting numbers, but that is great and all, but the fun that we have, right? One of our core values is we have fun, get stuff done. We don't just wake up in the morning saying oh, I gotta clock in, right? There's different trips that we've been to. One of them, like I said, Pigeon Forward, where I get to meet a lot of different leaders in this industry that were direct to the company, right? The BMW performance that we went to, that I was scared to death. I'll tell you that, because the car was so fast. He was driving 140 or 150 miles, but I was so glad that I got to experience somebody that is a professional driver driving that. Bahamas trip that we did, right? We had a chance to just unplug and just have fun getting to know the people and getting to know others also, right? So it's not just work. Work, when you do it with the people that you love, when you do it with the people that want to elevate, when you do it with the people that actually want to get to the next level or the next version of themselves, it doesn't feel like work, because at the end of the day, we're impacting lives, but at the end of the day, we're having fun with it too. One of the best advice that I would give you guys, especially to the women in this industry, is I promise you it gets better. I promise you it gets easier. Just do the work on the front end, and this business is for yours to keep, right? So we don't have to play small. I know we're in the most dominant, male-dominant industry, but look at Symmetry Financial Group, 64% are women, right? So we're doing great. We're doing amazing. One thing that I want you to think of is you are enough, you are powerful. Step on your faith. And the same way that you take care of your family, the same way you sacrifice all the things that you do, whether it's at home, whether it's somewhere else, if you do that for yourself, you're going to places where you've never been and you've never imagined. I just want you to step on your faith and actually do this for you and for your family. So that's the best advice that I would give you. Trust in yourself and believe yourself also. So if you're not part of this company, I would like to invite you to be part of Symmetry Financial Group. We are in the largest, wealthiest industry in the world, and especially in the US. And here is why. One, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a passive income? Are you looking for agency ownership where when you pass away, that your family and your legacy keeps going on? We have that. Are you looking for a system-driven income that is a recession-proof industry? We are that company. We are that industry. Are you looking for a system and are you looking for a community that wants actually the best for you and not from you? We are that, definitely that company. And are you looking for, to change your life? Because whether it's the money or whether you're looking for that financial freedom, you definitely can be able to get that. So this choice is going to be up to you. Do you want to be a part of a company that's actually looking out the best for you and actually looking out the best in you and taking you to places? Or do you want to be where you are right now? And when you decide to make that choice, join us because we're going places and we would love to go there with you also.